Welcome to mathematics lesson, and we are doing divisibility by 8. We are doing divisibility by 8, but before we do this one, we want to remind ourselves about divisibility test of 3 and 4. 3 and 4, we are saying a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digit is divisible by 3. We are using a condition if. For example, we can have the number 87. 87, you say 8 plus 7, you get 15. This 15 is divisible by 3. It's a multiple of 3. Therefore, we are saying the number 87 is divisible by 3 by using the divisibility test. Now, divisibility test of 4. We are saying a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Is divisible by 4. Is divisible by 4. So we're saying a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. For example, we can have the number 216. 216, instead of using the long division method, we use divisibility test, whereby you take the number formed by the last 2 digits. The last 2 digits here is 1 and 6. Therefore, you have the number 16. When you take 16 and you divide by 4, that number is divisible by 4. Therefore, we are saying the number 216 is divisible by 4. Also, let's remind ourselves about divisibility test of 6 and 9. Divisibility test of 6 and 9. We want to remind ourselves divisibility test of 6 and 9. We are saying a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. We are saying a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. For example, we can have the number 132. This 132 is divisible by 2 because the number formed by the last digit is even. Therefore, we are saying a number is divisible by 2 when the last digit is even. It is 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, when we say 1 plus 3 plus 2, you will get 6. That means this number 132 is divisible by 6 because when you get the sum of its digits is 6, that means it's divisible by 6. Now, divisibility test of 9. Now, a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is 9 or a multiple of 9. We are saying a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is 9 or a multiple of 9. For example, we can have the number 27. We can have the number 27. So we are saying when you get the number 2 plus 7, get the number 2 plus 7, you'll have 9. So that means 27 is divisible by 9 because the sum of its digits is 9. Another number, for example, you can have the number 20,718. For you to know if this number is divisible by 9, you don't use the long division method. You use the divisibility test where we are saying a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is 9 or a multiple of 9. Let's do it and see. When you have 2 plus 0 plus 7 plus 1 plus 8. When you say 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 7 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 is a multiple of 9. When you say 9 times 2 is 18. That means this number 20,718 is divisible by 9 by just using the divisibility test. That is, remind ourselves, class 5 work, divisibility test of 6 and 9, 3 and 4. Now, let's look at now the today's lesson, divisibility test by 8. Divisibility test of 8. We are using divisibility test to make the work easier, because you can be given a number like this. You can be given a number like 432. So for you to do this number, using the long division will take ages. But now when you use the divisibility test of 8, where we say a number is divisible by 8 if the number, you're saying a number is divisible by 8 if we are using the condition if the number formed, we are saying a number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last, three digits. If the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. So we are using divisibility test where we are saying if a number is divisible by 8 if we are using the condition if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. I've given the example number 689,432. This is a number which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A number with 6 digits. To use a long division method is very hectic. But when you use the divisibility test, we are saying the number formed by the last 3 digits. So for us to know, we are taking 432 and only you divide by 8. You say 8 will go into 4 how many times? Impossible. Then you take it to be 43. 8 will go into 43 how many times? There is no exact, but we have a number 5 because of 40, which is nearer. You subtract, which is nearer to 43. You subtract, you'll have 3 here. Therefore, you now drop 2 here. You say 8 will go into 32 how many times? It will be 4 because of 32. So there is no remainder. That means the number 689,432 is divisible by 4 because the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. You use the long division method here. So when the number leaves no remainder, it means it is divisible by 8. It should divide completely. There should not have any remainder there. That tells you that number is divisible by 8. For example, we can have the second number. That was first one, B. You can have the number 37,596. We are using the rule divisibility test that we are given there. You take the number formed by the last 3 digits. For this number, you have 596. When you divide by 8, you say 8 will go into 59 how many times? It will be 7. You should write above 9 there, it should be 7 because of 56. Therefore, you subtract. You say 9 minus 6 is 3. 5 minus 5 is 0. That means you remain with 3 there. You now drop 6. You say 8 will go into 36 how many times? It will be 4. Because when you say 8 times 5 is 40. So it will be 4 because of 32. You have 6 minus 2 is 4. This one is 3. You now remainder 4. When you divide complete, that means remainder. That means 37,506 is not divisible by 8 because the answer leaves a remainder of 4. So for you to know that that number is divisible by 8 complete, should leave no remainder. Therefore, this is the easiest method to deal with divide numbers. You can be given a number having 6 digits, 5 digits, 7 digits, but for you to make work easier, you only use divisibility test. You take the number formed by the last 3 digits. When that number leaves no remainder, you know that number is divisible by 8. Therefore, that is now divisibility test by 8. So for that is how to do it. Otherwise, class, that is what you are required to do. I'll give you assignment, you do it in your textbook. Otherwise, I'll learn there for today. Next time, we shall move to something else. Have a good day.